Just get that out of the way so that just in case,
Yeah.
just in case nobody goes back and tells Sebastian Maniscalco that RJ said, "Oops, oh well." Uh,
Uh-oh.
this is the Almost the Next Man podcast. I'm Henry Winkler. I'm not RJ. Henry Winkler.
Yes, it's Henry Winkler that doesn't like Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
And I'm Matt, and I'm not a huge fan of Sebastian Maniscalco either. Saw him last night, but he was with other comedians that I liked better. But he was fine.
Yeah.
Other people leaving were talking about how he was the best. And I was like, but we just saw Nate Bargatze and Jerry Seinfeld. Are you crazy thinking Sebastian Maniscalco was your favorite of the night?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, again, talented dude, just
Yeah, not my cup of
not my
tea.
cup. Not my cup. No Shang Wang. But
Did you see Phil Wang's Netflix special?
I think it's been a long time. Actually, I think I saw his on Amazon. I can't remember. Maybe it was Netflix.
I thought his opening was great because his whole recording got delayed because of COVID, and he just opened by saying like, "Well, now my whole hour on wanting to give Prince Andrew a hug isn't going to make any sense," which is a great way to open. Oh, also before we get started, my wife's sister works for a management company, which is awesome. So we got like box seats at the Hollywood Bowl because she managed to like get us some extra comp tickets.
That's great.
Yeah, it was awesome. I've never been to the Hollywood Bowl where I'm not looking at one of the monitors, where I could look at the screen or look at the stage and see what's happening.
Close enough. You're not like up the mountain.
Yeah, it
That's
was
pretty sweet.
amazing. We were at the floor. We entered at the floor level, and they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna go that way, and then go turn in the direction of the stage." And we're like, "Closer to the stage from here?"
Sweet.
Yeah, it was so nice. And then we sat down. The person and the guy who showed us to our box was like, "Would you like me to set up the table, sir?" And I was like, "No."
Yeah, that's where it's now I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, like we'll figure it out. Thanks, Jeeves.
You're my
Anyway,
uncle's age. But this isn't about them. This is about our friend Dazzler.
it is
Issue
about our friend Dazzler.
issue number 38.
Issue number 38, and before we dive into it, we'll just say it's called Challenge. It is our first issue as we start finishing out the Dazzler series. Our final writer, Archie Goodwin, who is a comics legend, as I have stated many times, and is a very good writer, penciled by Paul Chadwick, inked by Jackson Juice. I don't know how
Oh,
it's
I like
pronounced.
juice. I hope it's Jackson Juice.
It might be. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I do own a page of his on my wall. The Winter Soldier page that I own is his from when he did pencils for the Ed Brubaker run of Winter Soldier.
Oh, damn. So he's been at it for a hot
Yeah,
minute.
yeah, yeah. He's
1985, like into the aughts. That's
yeah, he's
impressive.
awesome.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Colors by Petra Scatesi and letters by Jim Novak. But yeah, this is when well, if you look him up in credits now, Jackson Juice is now Butch. He goes by Butch now. And yeah, he does pencils, not inks. Maybe he still does inks also. I don't know, but I have some of his pencils, which is really cool.
Man, that's pretty sweet. So he's probably been at it for like 40 years almost.
Yeah, at
If
least
he's if
I
he's
would
still
assume.
active and still drawing stuff.
I think he's still doing some stuff.
Because man, yeah, do what you love, I guess, and feel like you never
Yeah.
worked a day in your life.
I mean, there are a lot of people who've been doing it. John Romita Jr. was drawing X-Men in the 80s, and he's doing Spider-Man today. It's not a great Spider-Man run. It's not necessarily his fault, but he's been going forever.
But still, yeah, still at it. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, we are on Dazzler issue 38. We've got a new costume. We've got a new logo. We've got a new creative team. It's all new, all different Dazzler. And it's good.
This is a really fun one. Ridiculous, but fun.
Yeah. Premise way out there, but it's a good issue. It's fun to read. It reads really quick.
Yeah, it is a silly comic book issue, and I mean, you can tell right away because it opens up in a bar, and less than a picture in, standing at the door, is some kind of beast.
Is it a
Just
wolf? Is it a dog? Is it a coyote?
it looks like none of those and all of those, plus like kind of like a bear. It's supposed to be a dog, I guess.
It's honestly, it's very unclear, which I kind of like, but like intentionally unclear. It's just like a canine beast.
It's a pretty funny little animal too, we learn. Uh,
Yeah,
so the beast walks into a bar, and there's no real joke here.
not
It just
not Hank
chases.
McCoy.
Yeah, it just chases a dude.
It it
It
makes
chases more than just a dude, I
it
guess.
just makes the bar scatter. And I
Yeah,
will say, even from the beginning, like there's a fair amount of like narration here, but it's so much better written than what we've been getting. Like it really sets the scene well. It really sucks you in. It lets you know what's going on without being too wordy, even though there are a lot of words.
it's impartial.
Yes.
The other ones always felt like they were pushing a narrative. They were
Yes.
they were trying too hard to make you feel a certain way, like something was wrong and something else was right, or vice versa. This time around, it's just telling you a story.
It's a description. And it even says that this bar full of criminals, terrible people, but it doesn't paint them as bad people. They're just that's just the clientele of the bar.
Here's what these people get up to. They do bad things.
I do like in the corner of the bar that there's a dig dug machine
Yeah, I
in
missed
the
that.
in the first panel on the
I missed
right.
that the first time around. I was too busy looking at the dude with the skull on the on the back of his jacket.
Oh yeah, he's
That
definitely part of like a biker gang, I'm guessing, or something.
Yeah, that guy grabbed me first, and then there was the guy who looked like Forge, who was clearly highlighted and who they were trying to draw your eye to in the first place.
Forge or Dylan, my friend Dylan.
It does kind of look like Dylan, huh?
It
I
does,
mean,
right?
I don't think his hair did his pony. I don't think his ponytail ever got quite that long, no.
Not that long. It doesn't help that Dylan also wore single monochromatic like t-shirts like that
Yeah, it really matched
and mustache.
boots and mustache. Yeah,
Yeah.
like, but not just any mustache, just very well kept mustache.
Yes. But anyway, this beast runs into a bar and starts snarling, and everybody scatters. They flee.
Yeah,
And as this guy that the highlighted man in the red shirt runs out, a lasso falls from the roof.
this
And
guy's pretty. Whoever's trying to get him, it feels like they were almost trying to kill him, but then you find out later it's like, wait, that's how you were trying to grab him? That
yeah,
seems really dangerous. Like you weren't going to get paid, like you were just going to kill him. Uh,
hey, his plan worked perfectly.
I guess so. I
But
guess
yeah, this guy's fleeing. A lasso, or what could be considered a noose,
it looks.
just
Yeah,
falls from the ceiling.
it's got a pretty good knot on there. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It grabs this guy by the neck, but he does get a hand through so he doesn't choke.
fortunately, yeah.
And then he's pulled up by this white-haired commando pouch guy who holds a sawn-off shotgun to his throat.
With one hand, with
Mm-hmm.
one arm on that shotgun.
Well, the
Now,
other arm, the other arm was needed to pull him up from the floor.
yeah.
The
So
the one-armed man pull of a rope.
yeah, this guy's either incredible or he picked up the gun after he pulled him up on the roof. It's not clear, but in either
Either way,
case,
he's incredible.
yeah. Because I mean, I don't know a whole lot about firearms, but I do know that if you fire a shotgun with one arm, it's probably going to destroy your shoulder or your elbow.
This shotgun is more of a threat than actual like. I don't know if he was ever actually planning on firing it.
Nah.
It's just there to make this guy scared.
Like you were saying, we just find out who this guy is, what his motivation is. He introduces himself as OZ Chase, bounty
Bounty
hunter.
hunter.
So yeah, he wasn't going to shoot him.
No, he needs that bounty. Well, he even threatens him. He said, well, if I do have to use the shotgun, that'd mean bringing you back to Los Angeles without a head. And some folks might have trouble believing you are really Wesley Long, wanted for armed robbery and skipping on a 40K bail bond.
Okay.
Okay.
I wonder if this. Well, I guess we don't know how like high profile he is yet, because I mean, it seems like it's barely worth his time. like that amount to to make this trip, but
Yeah, we should say they make it very clear at the beginning. We're in San Francisco, and he's
mhm.
taking him back to L.A. And then he also states that he's in it for 10% of the bail, which is $4,000.
Yeah. No, no, no. You that is not worth it. You're
It's
gonna
not
blow
a
that.
That's not a ton of money.
You're gonna blow that almost on gas alone. I
And
mean,
cigars.
yeah, I guess gas was a little bit cheaper back then,
Gas and
but
cigars, which we'll get into the cigars in just a moment.
oh yeah, and not just any cigars.
But here we learned that his name is OZ Chase, bounty hunter. Yeah, what a guy, what a bounty hunter. He's so good at his job. He knows exactly where he's going to run when he sends this dog in. Oh yeah, we find out that he sent the dog beast in, and
Yeah,
the dog's like waiting around the corner for him, and OZ Chase tosses him a Cuban cigar.
yeah, he wasn't gonna let the little dog beast seems like he wasn't gonna let them into the van until he got his payment. Kind
Yeah.
of, you kind of have to figure it's more than just a dog because you get a dog a cigar to eat. You gotta figure you're gonna have a mess to deal with on your hands coming out the
Oh
other
yeah.
end just very, very shortly.
I do love it too. Because he tosses him this expensive, nice Cuban cigar and just says, uh, luckiest taste in beer runs cheap. Otherwise, I'd never have gotten him to go into that bar tonight. That's great. That's good stuff. This animal, whatever he is, chomps on cigars, not like Wolverine who chomps on them and smokes them, like literally just eats these cigars,
Yeah, this was,
likes him some beer, and is named Cerberus.
you know, like the Hades guard dog.
Perfect.
I sure,
Perfect.
I sure hope it's legend. He's got a pretty decked out van because as I guess the Mr. Long guy gets in, it shackles his ankles to the floor of the van.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's a weird get up, and he's not even in like the main passenger seat. It like has to force him into the middle so that he sits between OZ and his dog beast, who likes to eat cigars.
I just love Wesley, this criminal going, what do you call this thing anyway? I hardly even bother. It's too contrary to ever come when I call. He doesn't even use his name.
Huh.
Fella left it with me as a marker on a debt. He called it Cerberus. Like, this isn't even really his dog. He just pals around with it, doing bounties, feeding it cigars.
Something that got into his car one day and just wouldn't leave him alone. Just a stray.
What a sweet character. We're like 4 pages in, if that. And like I love this guy. I'd read a whole book on the adventures of OZ Chase.
He's not unamusing. He's a fun dude. His appearance is a little cliche, but
Oh yeah, for sure.
the his at least he's got some character.
Yeah. Then we turn the page and we get a hard cut to the title of the issue, which is Challenge, if we didn't say it before. And we go to the Hotel Coronado in San Diego Harbor, which is where my cousin Justin got married.
And we see the cutest little Wolverine striding down the beach.
Yeah.
Dude who looks like Peter Colossus.
I like Wolverine just angry stomping down the beach in San Diego.
Yeah, vacation's over, Petey. Time to go to work. Peter's got uh, I guess a Walkman tape
Yeah.
cassette, just lounging on the beach, having a good time. We have no idea why they're there yet, but Wolverine is all about business.
He walks up, rips or doesn't even rip it from his hands, just slices into the tape deck.
Yeah, kind of a move.
Oh, huge move. Wolverine's on full mode in this comic.
Those things have to be expensive in 1985,
They must be.
and he doesn't care. Whatever.
And this is where we get our twist of the issue because Wolverine's really mad at Peter because he was listening to Dazzler, who we learn is their target. Bum bum bum.
But but why? Well, we'll find out later, about halfway through, I guess.
But first, we're going to stop at the Harborside Motel. I like that Dazzler is performing at the Harborside Motel while Logan and Pete stay in this lavish resort in San Diego.
That was the thing that was killing me was like, oh man, she's the job she used to do compared to what she's doing now is like, oof, that's that's tough. But I
But she's
mean,
singing again. I mean, we have a
yeah,
new writer who's gotten Dazzler immediately back to the heart of the character.
she's not going from waitress to model to well, I missed one.
Just visiting a computer friend.
Yeah, just out and about, and just disregarding the fact that she's got rent to pay.
Yeah, we're in San Diego. I don't know why or how she left LA. It doesn't matter. I don't think we're ever seeing the McCorkles again. The rent is settled. We're
Oh,
just going with it.
maybe she was visiting the stuntman.
I hope so. He lived in Malibu, though.
Wait, who was in San Diego? Oh no, San Diego's where they had the Comic-Con fiasco.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. I got my issues mixed up.
That was a mess. Yeah, but she's in San Diego, and just kind of back to square one. We don't have any of her LA cast. Janet's gone. The McCorkles are gone. Roman Nakobo is long gone. Thank goodness.
We
And
get
she's in a motel singing.
pumping iron when we
Yeah,
get to her.
because
Pumping
this
iron
might be a
and
motel, but it has a decked out gym.
yeah, yeah, in her, I guess, flash dance workout suit.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
eh,
full '80s aerobic. I mean, oh, that's the one you missed. Aerobics instructor.
yeah,
Well,
there we go.
no,
There we go.
no, instructress.
Instructress. Ooh, excuse you, sir.
I know. I almost gave her a man's job. That would have been inappropriate. She's an instructress.
Yeah. Even though there was that dude who was wearing some ankle warmers, just like she is now.
Oh yeah. And she is looks like she is getting quite the workout.
Yeah, it's intense. And we see that she's again, this one really captures her again, where she's like her own person. Very much she's intense, she is driven,
Oh,
she
it's
knows who
great.
she is. She is not
Where he yeah, Archie Goodwin, one page of Dazzler and like her whole character's back. It's
yeah, she's
so
not
much better than it has been for many issues.
she's not just a piece that like complements someone else or someone else is wearing or using as like a plot device.
No,
She is a character.
with agency, who makes decisions.
First decision being to turn down the manager of the hotel who's trying to set her up. I guess is just like some dancing monkey for a bunch
He
of
wants
like
her he basically wants her to go to the bar between her shows where she says, No, I'll do all the rehearsals, I will do all your shows, everything I signed on to do, but any other time is mine. And he goes, But some of our clients are connected to the mob and they want to hobnob with a mutant. You're going to go to the bar and show them a good time.
this was weird. I was kind of wondering, well, what did they want to do? Like, where they did they want to like use her as a weapon? Did they just want her to throw on some like cheap party tricks? Like, part of me kind of wanted them to be like little boys who were like, ooh, you know, draw Jupiter and make it purple in the sky. And
I
then if she did
I
that,
think
they'd
it's a
be
little
like,
darker than that.
yay. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
you're
it's a little
probably
darker. He mentions that they want to that it jazzes them up, cozying up to a real mutant. Oblige them. She is having none of that. So he sicks his goon on her named Truck.
Yeah, Truck
Or
doesn't look all that threatening, but he is pretty big.
he is big. Well, at least compared to the little squirrely manager.
Yeah.
So he tells Truck to talk to her, but Truck seems like he's got sexual assault on the brain.
Yeah, he is just trying to keep from he is 2 inches away from grabbing his own chest and squeezing it while making another creepy face.
Yeah.
But he's already halfway there.
He grabs her, he holds her close and says, Like to work close when I talk. Ew. There's implications here. I'm pretty sure the manager just ordered his lackey to sexually assault this woman.
Well, it
And
doesn't last long
no, we get a
because
pretty cool depiction of Dazzler's power here.
yeah, I wasn't expecting this one. This
No,
one, she like full frontal explodes into Truck's face.
she just,
And
yeah, light just explodes out of her.
She looks like basically what you would imagine happens when the Predator activates its armband bomb and explodes in front of Arnold. It's it's a classic like self-destruct looking image. It's pretty
It's pretty
funny, pretty
cool.
cool looking. Truck slams against the glass pane and he's down,
He's
holding his
down.
eyes. He's useless. And Dazzler's in a pretty pretty stereotypical fighting pose.
Yeah, except in this leotard, her butt is just hanging out.
Yeah. And it's also it looks real it looks silly to me because okay, do you really need to go into that stance for the little Weasley manager?
Oh yeah,
It's like
she's squaring off against him. She's got to threaten him.
it's like come on. Really you don't have to do that. I
And I
feel
do
like you
like her fighting line too. She lands in this pose and just says, "There, we've talked about gratitude. Now let's try respect."
this is so corny. Like
It's great.
This is Allison full on embracing being a superhero.
Oh
She is
yeah.
she's got the one-liners down. She's got her tough talk in there. It's like as much as I like her embracing the I guess heroic aspect, I could do without the corny. I could do without the corny monologue.
I love it. It is super corny. I love it. Then she does something I do not understand. I
I don't think this is real. This
I don't
shouldn't.
get how this works.
It's like, but I mean, this is one that makes me feel stupid because it's like, man, you're reading a comic book, so it's like just let it be. But I'm
Oh,
like
I'm fine with
deep,
it. It's just super weird.
deeper inside, I'm like, no, no, she can't do this. This is not a thing she can do. No.
She snaps in front of his face and blue light comes out of her hand, which again is a really cool depiction. Like the drawing's pretty cool. I like the fractal imagery in the light that looks really cool. And then he just looks in the mirror and sees a blue face. Like that's the part that I'm confused about. Did she just change like the light in his face?
That's see, that's what upset me because it makes it look like she turned his face blue and then he ran out with like a
Right.
blue face. So then it's like, no. How do you like?
Yeah.
He's not a walking nightlight. You can't just change him. But then the other part's like, well, did she put it this perfectly in front of his face and he just couldn't tell? Holy crap, she turned my face blue.
And that's what I was thinking too, but he like leaned into the mirror, so she would have had to move the light. It's a little
Yeah.
odd.
So
It's
like
cool.
yeah. So you think that like you should have known at some point because like part of your head would have stuck out, or you would have noticed through your peripherals while you're running out that you
Yeah.
weren't blue in the. And this is I feel silly for even going on that ramble, but yeah, he runs off
But she
screaming,
turns his face blue and he runs away screaming,
yeah,
"No!"
full on Darth Vader,
And I
and
do like that this you see gloved hands giving a slow clap for Allie's performance.
yeah, mysterious hands just out of nowhere.
She turns around and Wolverine is crouching on this Motel Jim's pommel horse.
How? There's a pommel horse in this hotel gym. Well,
Yep.
isn't it like a motel?
Yep, it's a motel.
It's a motel. This motel gym has a pommel horse. How?
So, looking at me, obviously, I'm not a big gym person. I've been to the gym a few times though, and at no recreational gym have I ever seen a pommel horse.
I've never seen a pommel horse in person.
Yeah.
Like, and I've gone to a lot of like sporting events. I've gone to a lot of sporting avenues, like little, like, like even like on campus, like like
Yeah.
the athletic centers. They don't just have a pommel horse out there.
No, of course not.
Because you can't just have kids jumping on pommel horses, falling off, breaking their neck, and suing the school. I imagine the same is true of gyms.
I would assume, especially motel gyms with no supervision.
Yeah, yeah. But whatever. Maybe it was a different time. Maybe this motel used to put on like, I don't know, amateur contests. Who knows?
I don't know. It's a cool look though. Wolverine chomping on a cigar, squatting on a pommel horse.
Yeah. We don't have to wait too long before skint happens.
No, yeah, we got our first snicked. He bares his claws and starts dashing at her. She blasts him, runs through a door, and is just like, well, I'm on the back foot here, so I'm running out of here.
Turns, books it. Apparently, he's not looking straight ahead and runs right into Colossus. Just boop, chest to chest.
Oh, yeah. I like how low Colossus needs to squat to get chest to chest with her.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, well, yeah. Because yeah, Allison's what 5'8" we saw.
Maybe,
And,
and Colossus
and
is like 7'14".
yeah, and especially in metal form.
Yeah. He's all metaled up. She bounces off of him, blasts him with light, realizes that he's slower in metal form, dives through his legs, runs away. I like that his training kicks in. He just breaks the floor and sends her to the ground.
Not so fast. Her maneuver to get away from him was special. Like rolling backwards, distracting him with her camel toe before zapping him in the eyes with a beam of light. It's something else.
It is. And I mean, Colossus is innocent enough that when he sees that, he would have been distracted.
He would have been like, oh dear. His hand actually went up before she even blasted him with light. He was trying to be
Boys,
all
moi.
polite. Yeah. Yeah, he was trying to be polite, and then on top of that, she zaps him with light.
Yeah, yeah. But he even says like, I don't want to be a part of this, Allison, but I'm not gonna back down either.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
he
mean,
sends her to the ground.
yeah.
And now they're outside by the pool. And so, and also now there's a shady figure watching from above. We'll get to that.
But here's the other thing about this place that's pretty low budget. And it's like, wait, you have a pommel horse, but you fill in your pool with a garden hose.
Yeah.
There's a garden hose filling up this pool, and
Yeah, there is.
this pool is not even halfway filled. It's like, well, what kind of operation is this, really?
It's a weird one, that's for sure. Definitely a weird one. But yeah, so Allie takes the garden hose from the pool, whips it around Colossus's legs, trips him, sends him into the pool. This will be the first time this issue he ends up underwater. It's a recurring theme. And Allie runs away while Wolverine tries to help fish Colossus out of the water. And Wolverine says, she's good, but not good enough. Just like I said at the start. And here's where we get our flashback to what's going on.
Uh, Back at the X Mansion, we get Wolverine just kind of leaning informally on a big fluffy chair. You see Colossus in the background, his human form, leaned up against the grandest fireplace I have ever seen.
It's spectacular. He does look more like Cannonball than Colossus here, but sure, let's go with it.
Yeah, the flat top.
The flat top, he looks way too skinny. He doesn't look bulky. He looks like beanpole lanky.
Yeah. You got Nightcrawler sitting at the table. Looks like they just got done with a nice little, I guess, morning breakfast. Got the fruit bowl out there. And is that Rogue? It's been a while since we've seen Rogue.
I know, and much has happened with her since we've last seen her. No longer is she following her moms around trying to kill Allie for absolutely no reason. In the meantime, since she's been off panel in this comic, she has joined the X-Men.
Maybe that's where Dazzler dropped her off after she stuffed her into the trunk. Because that was the last time I saw Rogue.
That is the last time we saw her.
So maybe she dropped her off at the X Mansion. They taught her a few things. She saw the error of her ways, and maybe Allison's the one responsible for this. Maybe that's why we didn't get any closure, and it was just the four of them talking in this room, looking out the window, and we noticed Allison came to the X Mansion at some point.
And if you never read Uncanny X-Men, that is exactly what happened.
Yeah, sometime between visiting her robot friend who tried to kill her with a tech samurai, and now she went to the X Mansion.
Yeah. Who knows what happened here, but Rogue's on the team. Allie is out in the garden gazebo giving a little acoustic concert to the New Mutants.
It's cute.
Yeah, it is. I like that they're not detailed at all, but you can definitely see that that's like Rain and Cannonball and Magic is the one with her back to us.
Yeah, she's the one sitting back, just kind of like, I don't care for this.
Like you can tell who they are. It's kind of cool that you can that detail is there, even though, they're so not detailed. But yeah, apparently Allison's gone and asked for assistance, honing her abilities, getting back to fighting form.
Yeah, Wolverine doesn't wanna.
No, he thinks it's a terrible idea and she's going to get them all killed. He's probably
Which
a little harsh, but he's not necessarily wrong.
I mean, especially if she just wanted their help to like train, they could have just trained her and not taken her out on any missions if that's something he was worried about. But he jumped to straight to nah, nah, she'll get you all killed. It's a bad idea. I just it's a jump to say nothing less. And Colossus suggests, well, why don't we why don't we take her to the danger room? Like I was saying, let's just take her into the danger room and, see what happens.
See, we'll see what happens. And I think we should break there and pick up again the danger room.
Yep.
Okay. So, Dazzler has started danger room training and is wearing what I'm assuming is the X-Men playing a prank on her. It's hard to tell, but she's wearing this head to toe, including helmet, gold armor that the X-Men are all acting like is training armor and is a regular thing they do, but we have never seen before. And I have to imagine it's just them going like, yeah, you think we can get her to wear this C-3PO costume?
Can we get Dazzler to dress up like a female member of the Village People who's a future Tron girl?
It's insane. It's the weirdest costume. And they're all just like, yes, her training armor.
They've never had as far as the few that I've seen when there's a danger room that they've never worn armor in the danger room.
No, their training costumes are always the like yellow, blue, that the New Mutants all wear.
Yeah, and I mean the whole thing about the danger room too, at least to me, was always supposed to be the fact that you don't need to be geared up like you're going to a hockey game in a solid gold Asgardian hockey game.
It's a very odd choice.
Yeah, it's some funny looking gear.
It's a very odd choice.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it so much.
She's holding her own against automatons and
rolling landmines and
little spiky soccer balls that roll out at her.
And even Colossus and Nightcrawler start jumping in the action. And she's holding her own until Wolverine gets in there. And remember, he's already against this whole thing. So he ducks and dives and weaves and dodges and all the dodgeball terms through her lasers until he gets up close and we get our neck snicked, bares his claws, and actually slices at her armor.
Yeah,
which is kind of brutal.
It looks almost like he stabs her from behind. But hey, okay, relax. We get an image that, he just slashed the front of her armor while holding her from behind,
he just shames her more than anything else.
Yeah.
Just gives her the whole, the whole example of, oh, you think you're hot? You're not. I'm gonna just tear you apart real easy. I'm not even gonna break a sweat and just show you that you can't hold your own against me. Congrats, he leaves her there weeping.
It would be a pretty cool, pretty like hard-hitting little panel if Dazzler wasn't dressed like what the Village People would put a girl in because just to cover her up.
It's such a confusing costume.
It's the gaudiest gold outfit that just looks like it's like
it's just head to toe gold.
It's a traffic cop in Tron. I don't know what to call this.
There's no real comparison The helmet looks kind of like those bad guys in Mega Man that those little robots that duck down and have the helmet shields and then they
Yeah.
waddle and you can shoot them. That's what the helmet looks like, and then it's kind of like a sexy C3PO.
Like 1980s skateboard knee pads. It's funny.
Lots of belts, lots of gold belts.
It's just funny, man.
I don't get it, and I don't get why the X-Men are like, ah, yes, your training armor is ready, Allie. No problems here. This is a thing we X-Men do.
And I like after all that, after, Allison looks pretty crestfallen, we get news that, hey, she passed the test. Charles
Yeah,
is like,
she gets back on the horse. She's not giving up.
she keeps persevering, and Charles, basically lets her know, hey, we believe you're ready, Allison. Only one dissenting opinion. Wish you could stay longer and maybe you could join us. It's like, well, hey, isn't this what you want the whole time? But she's not gonna do it.
She never really wanted to. She's always turned him down. This was no different. She never wanted to join the X-Men. She wanted to make sure that her powers were honed and she was in peak physical condition and learn how to use her powers to the best of her ability. She never really wanted to join the team though. So, she doesn't like that there's still that dissenting opinion. So she tells Wolverine, you know what? Let's settle this between us. I'm not gonna leave here with you thinking less of me while your team thinks that I'm okay. So what's gonna happen is real life conditions. We'll call it a graduation exercise. You attack me sometime. Surprise attack, sneak attack, whatever you want to do, and I will hold my own against you.
See, this is something that I would have expected from someone who wanted to be on the team, where it's like, yeah, I'll join, but I can't join if there's anyone who says that I shouldn't be here. If there's one person who says I shouldn't be here, I got to prove to them that I belong first. This is the kind of contest that I would expect from someone like that, but she's just like, no, no, no,
She's
no,
got to prove herself.
no. She's gotten just like that killer athlete mentality where it's like, no, you're not better than me. I will crush you just
Yeah.
anytime. Name the place. I will destroy you. Bring it on, you little piece of shit.
I also love that she makes the rule like my responsibility to assure that no innocent lives are threatened. That's on me. You attack me whenever, and I will move the fight to make sure no innocent lives are threatened.
Yeah, this is where the second thought kicks in, where it's like, man, this is really irresponsible. What's about to happen right now?
Oh yeah, yeah, it is.
Charles, why are you letting this happen?
Oh no, he's good with it. He's
Charles, don't you want mutants to be seen as, good law-abiding like people, just like everyone else? Shouldn't you not allow your students to go
no,
tear up the town
good
just
guys
for
fighting
funsies?
good guys, rampaging through San Diego.
Just for funsies? Hey, Charles, what the
I love it. I do like that Charles walks her out, and Allie says, "Thanks for not objecting to this."
Yeah,
He even says like
like you should have done.
he
Jesus.
says, "If I thought this was a bad idea, I would have objected." Charles is an idiot.
Just-
I will say, though, this is 100% fitting with Charles' personality and characterization.
I mean, part of me was like, wait, is he just a idiot when he can walk? Is that the problem? Is maybe that's why he got paralyzed because that's
No,
the
he's
only time that
he's
not
always
invincible?
an idiot. Charles is always not always an idiot. That's not fair. He's always a
But this is a special kind of stupid right here.
yeah. Yeah, it's great. I do like that as Allie's leaving, he just goes, I may even have a suggestion or two for you. Like he's going like, yeah, Allie, kick Logan's ass. Do it.
Here's my suggestion, Allison. Control his mind and make him stop altogether. I can't do that, Charles.
I'm out of
Oh,
ideas. That's
oh,
my go-to.
yeah, you can't. Oh, I'm very sorry.
I gave that suggestion to Jean and it worked just fine.
Yeah, you're a pretty young woman. I get you all mixed up all the time.
Oh yeah, like that is, wait, you can't stop people's minds? I do it all the time. You should try it. No, it's not that I don't want to, Chuck. I can't do it. Oh, well, let me train you in how. No, you can't. I can't stop mines.
Yes, you
Oh, well,
can.
you really must learn how to do it. There's nothing that feels quite like it. I love stopping mines. I do it constantly. Charles is a horrible human.
Of course you can, Gene. I'm not Gene.
It's so good. I love Charles. He's such a horrible, horrible person.
Just a super.
All the time. All the time. When Kitty Pryde called him a jerk, she was right. Anyway, now we cut back to the present, where Wolverine is crashing through Allie's hotel room window, and Colossus is crashing through the door, just causing a whole bunch of property damage for
At first,
seemingly no reason.
when I first looked at this, I approached this as like I was looking at this as the room like where the shot was taking place was like the front door. So I thought Colossus was just breaking out of a closet for no reason.
Kind of looks
he,
like it.
he was already in there and he's just popping out like surprise.
Here I am.
But no, no, no. They,
But they
they come breaking in. They know it's Allison's room. It's empty, and that gave me questions with the next part.
It's
Um,
empty, but her leotard is laying on the bed.
yeah.
So is she waiting for them naked?
Where is she, and where does she come from?
The bathroom? I think the bathroom's behind the bed.
Okay, because I mean, she just bursts out of nowhere, like, "Hi guys!"
Yeah. Yeah,
Ta-da!
she does. She's wearing her new costume. I love this costume. This is like my favorite Dazzler costume.
It's a cool look.
This is her not I mean, I call it her classic look. I guess her classic look is her white disco suit, which makes sense. This is her second classic look. The blue bodysuit with the red headband, one glove for some reason.
I feel similar, but maybe that's just because we were born in the 80s and this one was so like when we were kids, this one was the one that was, the one that stood out, the one that was, I guess, most current.
It's the one in the arcade game, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
helps.
The one with the, yeah,
That
with
helps the
the,
memory,
yeah.
probably.
And the red Rambo headband.
Red Rambo headband, one red like band around a calf,
It's
one glove. Love the
ace,
one glove.
yeah, the asymmetry of it is just kind of, I don't know, there's something cool about it.
There is one glove, but the arm with a glove doesn't have any sleeve and it ends at the shoulder. The
Right.
other arm that has no glove has a sleeve that goes down to the elbow.
Yeah. It's a
Why not?
creative look. And it works.
It does work. It's
It
really
just
good.
it works.
It works. And apparently, they state that her new costume seems to help her control and amplify the light. Okay.
Boy.
I guess it helps her. I don't really understand how this costume helps her with her powers, but sure, let's run with it. I like it.
Maybe it's the dude from this She-Hulk series. Maybe he tailored it for her. He makes good stuff.
He does make good stuff. He made Daredevil's yellow costume.
Yeah. Maybe it was that guy.
I like
And
She-Hulk. I know a lot of people didn't. I liked that show.
that was a fun show.
It was a fun show.
I liked it too. I can't, yeah. I won't tolerate anyone bad mouthing Tatiana Maslany.
Oh no.
I just won't have it. All right.
No, yeah. I think you've said it. The most unbelievable part of that show is that she couldn't find a guy.
Yeah. This the dumbest part of that show too. Oh God, it's adorable.
But anyway,
But yeah,
back to Dazzler. She blinds Colossus and Logan, then jumps out the window apparently.
she's
Starts
the
booking it down the street.
she's the best at surprises.
She
Allison.
is great at surprises.
Allison is the best at surprises because Colossus and Peter, Colossus and Wolverine, they know her. They know her whole gimmick, but
Oh yeah.
she can still surprise them. And
Yeah, it's great.
even if they're prepared, nothing moves faster than light in the
She doesn't
known,
even let him get close.
yeah, in the known human universe. So she
I do like
appears,
that
she surprises them, blinds them.
I love that Wolverine and Colossus run out to the balcony, see her running away because she's still just strobing with light. I can't tell if she's just still strobing or if it's intentionally to draw them closer to her. But either way, I like that Wolverine just looks at Colossus and says, Elevator time, Pete. And Colossus just hoists Wolverine on his shoulders and jumps down the building.
Here
Which
we
does lead me to
go.
question how Allison got down, but sure.
I think she was definitely luring them away based on how this whole thing goes down.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
can tell that like her training, everything about like the way that she had been approaching things recently since this issue, like she's been very meticulous. She's been preparing. She's been on her guard 24/7.
It's true. And we get this shadowy figure watching the fight again.
Yeah, that was a nice little touch there.
Mm-hmm.
This time we get some thought bubbles with it.
And I'd better join in following. Gotta be ready to move when this business ends.
Yeah.
Who could it be? I actually like this reveal.
Yeah. This is an all right reveal.
But Allie leads them to a pier that is condemned, that has, the pier is condemned and demolition is scheduled. So she's fulfilled her end of the bargain of limiting any civilian harm.
Yeah, I
And
mean, just because something's condemned for demolition doesn't mean you can just go hog wild on it, Allison.
it
Doesn't.
doesn't.
It
It
does
does
not.
not mean that.
It does not mean, hey, it's gonna get destroyed anyway. So just, if you want to take a sledgehammer to it, go ahead. No, no, there are careful ways in society that we have to dismantle things, Allison.
Oh, 100%. But she's not concerned with that. So, and apparently neither is Colossus, because his first move is to just rip out a support beam from the water, from the ocean, and javelin it at Allison.
I was so hoping that this was just going to be the end of his appearance and until like the very end, because the second he pulled out this support beam, I really wanted him to fall straight down to the
It would
bottom
have
of this
been
pier.
great.
That would have been my favorite bit. But instead,
And when we say support beam, I don't mean a cross beam. I mean like one of those giant poles that, you know, goes down to the foundation of the ocean to hold the pier up.
yeah, the redwood that
Mm-hmm.
they carve and stick down into deep, deep water. He
Yeah.
rips that out.
Just rips that out and javelins it at Allie.
Yeah,
And
that was the other thing. I was like, holy, he could have killed her.
oh, 100% he could have. I mean, I even like what he says. I know you volunteered for this. Well, I had to be picked, Logan, but I do not shirk once committed, particularly not when Allison herself insisted we should hold nothing back.
I
And
bet
so,
I bet he shirked. I bet right after he threw it, he turned away, closed his eyes,
no, 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 I hope I did not kill my friend.
clenched, it just peeked a little bit, and let out a huge sigh of relief when he saw her just vivisect this log.
She really does take this like a badass, too.
Yeah.
She stands there, facing down the log, hurling at her like dead center bullseye. And at the last second, she hits she blasts it with a laser in the middle just to split the log around her as it flies past her head.
Oh,
It's pretty cool.
and as one gets lodged, as all four of the beams actually get lodged into the ship. Yes.
Yeah,
Lodged
Colossus, I don't know if you
into
need
the
to throw
ship.
it that hard.
She jumps from the log onto the ship. So it's action movie star worthy, and you
Yeah.
can see her headband fluttering in the sea breeze the entire time.
It's great.
It's one of those things where it would have been even better. Like, okay, so Colossus doesn't fall into the ocean, fine, but his next move should have just been,
Wow.
okay, this was good.
This-
We are done here. We are done.
I have nothing else here.
There is no other move for her to make. Logan, stop. This is over.
Logan, look at what she did. Do we need more? How are you not satisfied?
Yeah, yeah. Are you not impressed, my friend?
It was like Robin Hood shooting an arrow with an arrow.
And then he jumped on Arrow. You can't do that. All you can do is cut things. Huh. Cut.
You just have 6 knives.
Because yeah, it's spectacular.
It is a great move, and she hops on a boat. And I gotta say, this boat is moored to a dock that's going to be condemned, I don't know if this boat was going to be destroyed too. It is now.
Yeah.
Now that it's got 4 logs jammed into its hull.
Yeah. Then Allison blasts the dock while Colossus and Wolverine are standing on it. This triggers Wolverine into action finally, starts trying to give chase. But yeah, Colossus is just going down with the dock.
Oh yeah, Colossus goes straight into the ocean.
He's like, well, bye guys.
Yeah, he goes down. Wolverine grabs onto the logs that have been impaled into the boat. And Allie pirate swings from some rope on the boat back to the remaining piece of the dock, which is sweet, while Logan's still climbing the boat.
Still, you are not impressed.
She's so proud. I like her proud stance.
Yeah.
And just going like, Logan, I'm down here now, you're up there, you're never gonna get me. And then I do like Colossus just lunging up through the dock through the pier from the ocean.
Surprise! Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Sorry, Alison. As he just springs through the pier. But then she like blinds him with her eyes.
Yeah, she does a Cyclops.
She does a Cyclops.
And right in his eyes. I'm sorry too, Peter. Blinds him. That gets him to let go because there's no reason to hang on to her if he can't see.
Well, I don't think he can. He's also made of metal at the moment. He's having a tough time swimming to begin with.
I like to think is, he's got his little feeties under there kicking like a little duck, just trying to stay afloat. Little metal ducky, little metal Russian ducky up there. Yeah. I think he's okay.
Allie climbs up back onto whatever pier is still remaining. Wolverine is waiting, claws extended. Allie looks just kind of annoyed.
She's got the best dirty, hairy face.
I love it.
In there. Just like, go on, do it. Wolverine charges.
And she just starts blasting lights at him.
Oh, all the colors.
All the colors. I love it.
Wolverine talks his as he
I like her comebacks though.
Closer.
She's got good comebacks. You're too soft for this business, Songbird. Then I'll make this a swan song you'll never forget. That's great.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah, Wolverine getting closer. Says that it was never going to work. That these lights aren't going to hold him back. She reveals that she knew that. She was just drawing him in.
He cocks all the way back. And she just has kind of just a finger out. It's like, I just let you think that. Let you get close enough. She slishes across his body. And we get a shot of her again, looking very pleased with herself, looking back at Logan as he stares down at his manly, hairy chest, just exposed.
Oh my.
Shirt ripped open by Allie's laser. Such precision. Not a hair on his chest is touched, just the shirt. And I do like her comment. Real enough for you now, Logan? Or should I have shaved your chest?
Colossus in the background somewhere. Just still like, again, magnificent.
Logan, how are you still angry?
Just look at this. Amazing. I want a new sister. I would trade my sister for her. She's so much cooler. Ilyana's been so mean to me.
Allie, I call you New Snowflake.
Way better than my old sister.
You are Snowflake too. And then Logan is so angry. He just rears back and lunges at her. But then out of nowhere, a red beam comes down, hits the ground right in front of him, knocking him back. And who makes his entrance? It's Cyclops.
Yay, boo, indifference.
I don't know. If you've been watching X-Men 97, it's yay, because maybe they've almost made him too cool now.
Wolverine yells out, Cyclops.
You should keep in mind also that it is actually very surprising to see Cyclops. This is in the era when he was married to Madeline Pryor and retired in Alaska, and he had just been out of the X-Men comics for like a good year or two at this point. So having Cyclops pop up is actually like a surprise to all the characters. They haven't seen him in a while. He's living life in Alaska with a baby and a wife at this point.
Yeah, Colossus swims up and he, kind of asks too, hey, you Finally leaving your wife and baby at home in Alaska?
Just visiting, Peter.
Oh, really?
Professor X had me come to give Allison some final tips for honing her light blasts. I like he says, good thing I stayed to referee. You, people know that football players don't have surprise refs.
Yeah, you always see the official.
Yep.
I do like the idea of that though. Have surprise referees at a game.
Maybe you'll get your punch in. Maybe the ref will spot it.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, so Cyclops basically just calls it and says, like, Logan, you come on, listen to Pete. You know she's done enough. She wins, you lose, game over, cut it out. Colossus is super happy, mostly to be out of the water, I think. And Allie walks off down the pier, says that she's just moving on now. And we cut
All
back to Los Angeles.
yeah, it's weird. It's like all she wanted was a little validation from all of her peers.
Yeah.
Kind of arrogant, but I kind of dig it.
Oh, I like it. I like it a
Kind of
lot.
dig it.
I like it
Kinda
a
dig
lot. We cut back to Los Angeles to some random office, and we're back with OZ Chase, who's getting his next assignment. And his next assignment, of course, is to go after Dazzler. Otherwise, why have him in this book? It wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
Why
Okay.
introduce him at all for 5 pages at the beginning?
Authorized his firm. People that he represents authorized his firm. I mean, to get a bounty hunter, you have to be wanted for something, you would think, by United States authorities. But I don't know what Allison did recently that would warrant any
Yeah, that
talking after
might
her.
come up. There might be something out for her in LA. I'm not sure. Maybe skipping rent.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go. There's one. Never mind. There is something that
I
she
don't think
she
that
wanted
actually does
for.
come up, but she definitely skipped that rent. She did not pay the McCorkles. But
But yeah,
yeah, so they offer OZ Chase half of his fee in advance, along with a box of cigars. He willingly and gladly accepts the challenge of this bounty and walks out of the office as the man giving him the bounty starts to turn to sand.
yeah. I'm confused about that there. I read the next issue and I'm still confused about it. I haven't gotten to the point where it's revealed why this mysterious stranger just dissolved.
I can tell you it does pay off. It doesn't just go away. This does actually pay off.
Yeah, it was kind of spooky.
It's a
Given
really
how
spooky image.
given how, kind of silly and fun the whole issue was, and it's like, oh, why'd this guy just melt
Yeah.
or turn to sand? What happened here?
Yeah, no, it actually is kind of a really haunting image at the end here because it's not just like he's turning the sand, it's like just we see his hands and his wrist is still fine, and his hand is starting to fall apart. It's kind of gross.
I think the thing that kind of makes it even more chilling is like the suit stays intact. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, the body is gone, which is extra just weird. When you
Yeah.
have a person there 1 second and then they're gone the next, it's kind of scary. I mean, unless it's a model, then it's just like, ooh, somebody got lucky. But, you know,
But this will come up. This won't just fade away. And we get our tease for the next issue, Death Grip. And that's it. That's Dazzler 38.
a really fun one.
Really fun.
All
Really
over the
great introduction for Archie Goodwin.
all over the place, reckless, but I mean, it's what more could you ask for from an X-Men story?
I enjoyed it. And that's the thing about this. It feels like an X-Men story.
Yeah. It's got all the recklessness, all the dickery.
It
It all fits.
it just feels like an X-Men story led by Dazzler instead of like Dazzler dating a doctor.
Dazzler dating a superhero, an established superhero who follows her.
Dazzler
Dazzler
dating her lawyer.
Dazzler dating a singer who also follows her relentlessly.
Dazzler dating a man who's crazy and
Uh,
then tries to kill her father. But she drives a red car that says sport.
sport.
I miss her sport car.
Yeah. Dazzler dating an extra dimensional entity. wait, I'm jumping ahead. Oops. But yeah, this has been the Almost an X-Men podcast.
Join us next week for Death Grip, another Archie Goodwin issue. So it's probably pretty decent.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not quite as good. It's not as good as his X-Men one. But I mean, it's a high bar.
It is a high bar. This is a great intro for Archie Goodwin.
Yeah,
I recommend reading this one actually.
it's a fun little comic book.
Anyway, join us next week. We are firmly in the Archie Goodwin era, except for the one issue of Secret Wars 2 that we will have to read, which will be a mess. So that'll be fun. More to come. Just so much excitement. But we are nearing the end of our Dazzler series, so please let us know what you want to hear us talk about next. What other almost X-Men comics can we go through for your listening pleasure?
Namor, maybe Gambit for those of you watching X-Men 97.
That'd be cool. I'm still pushing for Captain Britain, the weird 1970s stuff.
Yeah,
he's a member of Excalibur. He's almost an X-Man, right?
Yeah, it all works.
It all fits.
Yep.
It all fits. We're definitely covering Firestar. We've already decided that. But other than Firestar, that's only 4 issues. Let us know what you want to hear. Hit us up on Instagram at Dazzler Podcast. Email us at dazzlerpodcast@gmail.com. Like and subscribe? No, that's a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Give us a good review.
Yeah, not yet for that. But yeah, listen to all the spots that you usually get your podcasts.
We're there. We're in all of them. And that's it. Until next week, go for it.